Namaste, everyone. Welcome to yoga class. It's so nice to have you and see all the faces across the top of my screen. Find a comfortable seat. Just finding a place where you can be for a moment, sitting cross-legged or sitting on your legs, whichever is most comfortable for you. Maybe even in a chair, having a nice seat. And then noticing where you're making contact with the floor. Wherever you're making contact, feet, legs, hips, nice tall spine. Letting the eyes close and just going within for a moment. Assessing where you are right now for this moment. And then thinking of something very positive in your life. Something that you love, someone you love, a book you're reading, a chore you're doing again, just something that you're enjoying right now about life. Maybe something very simple. And then bringing the hands into the heart, Anjali. Take just a moment and find your intention. Why are you practicing this morning? What do you need, want, hope to gain out of this practice? Finding your sankalpa, your intention, and then repeating it to yourself 3 times. I have a cacophony of roosters in the background. They help to remind us of our nature. And then I'm going to try to compete with the rooster for a moment and do an om. So please join with me. Remembering gratitude for our practice, for our teachers, for everything, placing everything within this om. Exhaling the breath out and inhaling to chant. And then letting your breath come in and fill your belly or your chest, letting your eyes begin to flutter open. Good, and then interlacing the fingers and just press away for a moment. Press as if you were driving a vehicle with your hands, just pressing into both sides for a minute, a little side to side. Feel the ribs come up on either side. Good, and then open the arms, not nice and broad, and just taking the hands shoulder height out, palms facing down for a moment. Just facing the palms down. Good. And then flip the palms. Excellent. And then bringing the arms up overhead. Good. Let the palms touch for a minute. Relax your elbows a little, just relaxing the elbows. Good. Breathing. Find your breath, belly or chest, no judging, wherever it is fine. And then with your next exhale, pull your belly toward your spine. And as you inhale, open the arms to Goddess. Exhale, forearms and hands to touch. And inhale, Goddess. One more time. Exhale, forearms and elbows, hands to touch. And inhale, Goddess. Good. Now taking your arms down for a moment, just facing the palms and the forearms toward the floor. Good. Breathing. And then slowly let the arms go down. And they may not go very far down. You can just look and see, assess how far down did they go. And we're going to do a little shoulder work and see if that changes any, okay? So come back up into goddess on an inhale. Good. And then take the arms this time with your right arm on top and pass each other. And reach around and a little hug. Just reach into your shoulder blades. Give a little bit of a massage down into the shoulder blades. They go pretty far down and come all the way back up to the top of the shoulder blades. Good. And then release out to the side. Find goddess. And now taking your left arm on top. Reach as far as you can. Fold the arms and another little massage. This time focus on the top part, the very top part, the infraspinatus. And let's go back into goddess. Good, one more time. And then as if you were driving again, let's go over to the side. Keep the arms in goddess. Let your head be an extension of your spine, so it's not really far up and it's not drooped down. Let it be an extension of your spine. And coming back into neutral. And then head it to the other side. Keep the head as an extension of the spine. And coming back into neutral. Good. And then press the arms away for a moment. Just press, 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 press. And then turn the palms in and squeeze the fingers together. A little squeeze to the fingers and press, press. And roll your shoulders up and back. Take the whole arm and everything, and down, everything going with it, and forward and up and back and down and forward, and then down and up, back, up, forward, one more, down, back, up, and forward. Good. Back into goddess. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your hands. Good. And then now take your palms and forearms out. Relax your shoulders down, and then just let the arms go. And just see if there's any difference at all and what happened. Make sure your neck isn't trapped here. And then bring the arms back up to goddess. And then relax the back of the hands onto the legs for a moment. Arms and shoulders relaxing, completely relaxing. Good. And then lean back a little to your sit bones. Get yourself on your sit bones somehow. Good. And you might take your blanket or your block or something out of the way for a minute as we do this little bit of a hip opener. So just lean back and bring your feet together right in front. Just lean back onto your hands. So you're just stabilizing yourself. You're not going to do anything back there. You just want to keep your hands nice and stable. So draw your left leg forward and try to get the thighs even. So make sure you can even out your thighs. If you need to scoot the right one forward or whatever you need to do, thighs are even. Good. Hold yourself up nice and tall. And then just open out to the left, just as much as is comfortable. Come back up and release. Yes, it's a lot more challenging than it looks, okay? And then straighten the right leg. Good. And then keeping everything else still, just externally rotating the leg out to the right. And coming back and release. Keep supporting yourself. Let your shoulders be soft. Soles of the feet together, just letting the legs open for a moment. Good, and then bring the knees together slowly. And then just the left leg, bring it in. Just the left leg. And back. And now the right leg, bring it in. And back, making any modifications necessary. Now soles of the feet together again, Vajrasana. Good. And then legs together again. Great. So making a V with your body, a nice V, with your back and your thigh bones, a nice V. We're again going to lift the left leg, making them even. Keep the knees apart, don't press into your knee as a crutch. And release. And then lifting the right leg. And release. You've got yourself on your shoulders. Make sure your shoulders are open. Don't collapse in the shoulders. And left leg. And release. And right leg. And release. Good. And then help yourself and sit up onto your sit bones, on the very top of your sit bones. Spine is erect. And then here our arms are bent, our elbows are bent, and we're drawing in, and I'm going to take my chest through. And then as I exhale, belly to spine, I'm leaning back and rounding a little. So taking a cat pose, seated, elbows bend, pulling forward, and exhale, elbows straighten, and rounding back. 2 more. Inhale, forward, and exhale, back. 1 more. And then find yourself in neutral. Let's sweep the legs around to the side, and we're going to come up into kneeling. And if you have a block, you might want to have it handy. Might be very handy for a moment. And if you have a knee something or a blanket or any kind of little fold in your mat to put underneath your knees, it'll make it a lot more comfortable. So finding a nice tall body. Good. Lengthening right here where the psoas crosses. Good. So nice and tall. We're going to externally rotate the left leg. I'm going to come back a little bit. Externally rotate the left leg. Good. So for just a moment, let's do a warrior variation, kneeling. Walk your heel out until it's right underneath your knee. Check it. Make sure you can see your big toe. And just checking in with this kneeling warrior, looking out to the left side. And then flip both palms up and take the arms up overhead. Good. Bring the hands to the heart. And then release your arms. Just relax your arms. Let's take the left foot out. Now toes are going to face my direction, or facing the same direction as your face, as your hips. Toes are facing this way. Good. So let's take the arms back up. And then we're going to reach over and close the gate. Just reaching and closing the gate. The upper arm can reach a little, or it can stay up, whichever is most comfortable. And then open the gate and close the gate and open the gate and close the gate. Good. Let's open the gate 1 more time and bring the hands to the heart. Good. And now we're going to lean over to the side. This is where my block, or maybe even a chair or a wall or anything might come in handy. I'm going to place my hand on my block and get long into a side angle pose. Good. This is a side plank, a variation of Vashisthasana. Good. And then release the arm for a moment. Just release the arm. And then you're going to rotate in your bottom leg. Just rotate in the bottom leg until it's now all lined up. And then your front leg, bring it around. Good. And now lean into your block or lean into the floor wherever you are and straighten your back leg. another variation of Vashisthasana. Arm can float up and over towards your ear. Then take the arm back over, lower to your bottom knee. Take the front knee back out. We're going to reestablish that side plank. Take a nice inhale and exhale up. And release and draw that knee back. Good. So finding your kneeling pose for a moment. Take your hips back to your heels. Sweep the arms up, holding on to your left wrist, just reaching over to the right. Coming back up, switching wrist, and reaching over to the left. And coming back up, releasing your arms. Good. And then back up to your knee. Just notice the psoas, the muscle that goes across your pelvic basket. And now I'm going to move my block to the other side. And I'm going to externally rotate the right leg. Good. Arms are going to come up. I'm going to do this version of Warrior Two, making sure my heel and my toes are in the same direction right underneath my knee. Everything's going out. I can see my big toenail. Gazing out over the right hand. Belly is engaged. Breath is in the low ribs, not in the belly. Pelvic floor is lifted. And then flip the palms, palms reaching up. And then arms overhead, gazing back into the center. Release the hands into the heart. Good. And then just release the arms again, just releasing the arms. So initially, taking the foot out, toes toward me. Really reaching through the toes. Whole foot is placed down. Outside of foot, inside of foot, everything is placed down. Good. And then let's take our arms out and flip the palms coming up overhead. Great. We're going to close the gate and here decide, arm coming over a little or arm staying up and open the gate. Close the gate and open the gate. Close the gate and open the gate. One last time. Close the gate and open the gate. Good. Bring your hands into your heart. Just relax your arms for a moment. Good. So here's where we're going to need our block. And we're going to come over to the other side, onto a block or a chair, or maybe even against the wall, whatever will support you in that side of your body. Good. And then inhale, the arm up. Rotate the palm towards your head, giving you external rotation. And then arm over close to you. A side plank, reaching from the whole of the foot all the way through the fingertips. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Good. And then release the arm, just releasing the arm for a moment. And you're going to rotate that foot back in. So just stay there for a moment, find your balance. Good. And then you're going to come on over. Right. You can take the arm over if you'd like. Just a little variation on this side. Foot is off the floor and you're in a nice side plank. Then release. Take the top leg in front, place it firmly, and then reach through the bottom leg. Arm up and over. Is this hard? Yes. Does it create more strength? Yes. Arm coming up, relaxing it, bending the back knee down, straighten the leg, back out, reestablish, take time. Take a nice inhale and exhale up. And then work yourself back into your kneeling pose. Good. Breathing. Inhale the arms up and exhale, taking a seat again. Bottom to your heels, hands to your heart. We're going to do a small inversion here. So if you have high blood pressure, uncontrolled, or glaucoma, or any kind of eye pressure, this pose is not for you. You will just lower to your heels and come out like a frog, okay? The rest of us, we're gonna stay on our heels. Our hips are on our heels. We're gonna take the arms back and slowly pull the belly into the spine, pull the belly in, and put a little tiny bit of pressure at your hairline. Reach the arms back. Very little pressure in the head, very little pressure. Continue to reach back with your arms, take your gaze forward, and push with your arms to come up. Good. Then release the arms, shake them out, and then bring your feet out in front where you can find a nice, comfortable squat. And just squat for a moment. Good, breathing. Great. And then coming back into all fours. Finding yourself in table pose. And here we're going to do our cat pose again. We're going to stay a few breaths in each movement. So as you inhale, begin to curl the body. Take a catch exhale if you need it. Focus on your inhale. As you curl and round, bringing the chin into the chest. Shoulders are broad. And then beginning to focus on the exhale as you exhale, belly to spine. You can take an inhale, catch it if you need. Beginning to pull the head through, pressing against the floor, shoulders are still broad. Gaze up through your eyebrows. And then find yourself in neutral. Good. So just a little bit of playing with plank for a moment. We were doing the side planks, and now just a little moment to play with plank, okay? So strong arms, press the floor away. Don't collapse in your arms, press it away. Arms are pressed into the floor. Elbows are slightly bent, headed back, not to the sides. Elbows are slightly bent. Good. Stepping your right leg back. Push through the heel. Left leg back to greet it. Right knee down. Left knee down. Left leg back. Right leg to greet it. Left knee down. Right knee down. One more set. Right leg back. Left leg to meet it. Right knee down. Left knee down. Good. Find your neutral. And then take a cat arch toward the ceiling, tucking your chin into your chest. Get round. 3 or 4 breaths. Press the floor away. Good. And then coming into neutral. So one more side plank with a little different control. And you can decide out of all of these planks which one is most agreed with you. So taking your left foot back, reach it back, and then look at your left toes and put them right behind your right toes. Put them right behind your right toes. So now you have one line of a leg. You're going to pivot out the right calf, come over to the inside of your left foot and come up. So my whole bottom leg is a lot bigger because I pivoted it. I have a lot more space. And then cartwheel the upper arm over, unpivot the right leg, move the left leg back where it belongs, and then release the knee. Good. Let's take a cat arch between. Exhale and curl. Inhale, back to neutral. Good. Now, stepping your right foot back. Good. Look back. Take those toes behind your left toes. Just follow it slowly. Pivot out your left calf and shin. Roll onto the inside of your right foot and reach up. Body, arms, face, everything facing the side. Belly button. And then gently cartwheel over toward me, the upper arm. Unpivot the left leg. Bring your right foot back to get alignment. And then release the knee and press up to kneeling. Good. Wiggle for a minute, just nice wiggle. We're going to curl our toes under, heels and hips contacting each other. Good. And then let's just see about a little toe balance. So just checking in if you can just push off and come up onto the ball of the foot. Really ball of the foot balance, but we call it a toe balance. And then reach your arms forward, reach the arms, begin to curl the spine, reach forward. I'm going to think about getting my heels to the floor as I reach in the opposite direction as my heels. Good. And maybe that let me get my heels to the floor. If it did, great. And if it didn't, great. Do it again, another day. Great. And then coming up and then finding yourself a comfortable seat again in Dandasana. Good. Up on your sit bones. Legs are engaged. Dominant hand on top. Thumbs gently touching. Rest them in your lap. Make a right angle with your body. Head gently balanced on your neck. Keep the legs engaged. Heels are on the floor. Good. And then we're going to take our left leg, draw it up for a moment. Keep the right leg engaged. If you have a block, it'll be great. You're just going to open that leg out into a 4. And I like to put my blocks right underneath my foot. I might wad up a pillow and put it there. But whatever opens this and doesn't take it into my knee. You can also try putting the block on this side. Wherever you can get a 4, you may need it up a little further. That may be your 4 today. That's my 4 on this side. It feels much better. So heel on the floor is active. Arms are active. Reach up and out. Good. Take a nice inhale. And as we exhale, a little out toward that and inhale back. Exhale. Belly to spine, belly to spine, belly to spine. Inhale. And exhale. You're not in full twist. You're just doing a little belly pressure twist. And back. Good. Release your hands. Extend the left leg out. Draw in the right leg. It may be different. You may want your block in a different place. Could be under your heel, under your knee, wherever you need to find that figure four. Good. Resting in it. And then inhale, arms up overhead, reach up, reach, reach, reach. Good. And then let's bring our hands to our heart. And then let's place our hands on our belly. So keep your belly engaged. Inhale, chest. Exhale, little twist from above the belly button and inhale back. Exhale, little twist. Inhale back. Just a little twist. Belly is totally engaged. You can't breathe there. And back. Good. Let's bring the arms up overhead for a minute. Just reaching up and out again. One more time. Arms floating down. Lean back on your sit bones. Extend those legs out. And then soles of the feet together. Vajrasana. Good. Just checking and see how that feels at this time. Does it feel a little bit better? Good. And then just find a comfortable seat for a moment. Just any comfortable seat, cross-legged or whatever feels fine. I have my feet underneath my knees, supporting my knees. So any seat that feels really comfortable for a moment. Good. So we're just going to do an easy twist. And again, we're going to use our exhale, belly to spine. And this time on our inhale, we're going to twist. Okay? So we'll start out to the right side. Exhale. Inhale, twist. Exhale. Inhale, twist. Exhale. Inhale, twist. Hold the twist. Press into your sit bones evenly. Reach up through the top of the spine. Put your chin for a moment over your sternum. And on your next exhale, pull the belly to the spine and inhale, chin out over your right shoulder. On your next inhale, arc the chin over the left shoulder. Good. Take your gaze back to the right as far as you can. Back to the right as far as you can. And then on your next exhale, release everything front and center, gaze, head, shoulders, arms, everything. Good. Exhale the breath, belly to spine. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, return. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, return. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, return. Keep your head over your sternum. Inhale, twist. Hold, breathe. Chin is right over your sternum. Exhale, belly to spine. And on your next inhale, taking your chin out over your left shoulder. On your next inhale, arcing the chin over the right shoulder. And then taking your gaze as far to the left as you can. Check in with your jaw. You don't need it for this pose. You relax it a little. And on your next exhale, releasing everything, front and center, and a little movement. Good. Okay. So we're gonna lay it down on the floor and do an inversion. And that's when I don't want you looking at your screen. I don't want you craning your neck and putting pressure in your carotid artery. So I'm gonna show you for a moment what we're gonna do for our bridge pose. I've got a block. You may have a phone book or a bolster or a pillow or anything that you can. I'm gonna lie down with my knees bent and my feet firmly on the floor. And I have my block handy. I'm gonna inhale 3 times, arms overhead, hips up. No real bridge here, just a diagonal line from the knees to the shoulders. So 3 times I'm gonna bridge prep. I'm gonna come up, but there's no real bridge. Okay, the 3rd time when I go up, or let's say the 4th time, I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna bring my arms back down and make these robot arms so that I can create a horseshoe from elbow, shoulder, other elbow. And then I'm gonna really press into that horseshoe and lift my chest toward my chin, not my chin toward my chest. Then I'll remind you to take a little look behind you, getting any space out of your neck. Good. This is an inversion, so you will not do this. You'll do a recline twist or anything if you have your days of your cycle, first days of your cycle, menstrual cycle, or if you have glaucoma or any eye pressure problems. This is not your pose. For those who want to go up on into an inversion from this pose, you're welcome to take your block, a further inversion, put it underneath your sacrum, lift your legs in and up. You're also welcome to take this time and come up all by yourself into Viparita Karani Mudra, or shoulder stand, or headstand, or anything that's going to create your inversion for your practice today. Do what you need. So let's start with our bridge pose. So just listening to my voice, not looking at the screen. You've already seen me do it. My knees are bent, my feet are firmly on the floor. And as I inhale, arms overhead to the floor, hips lift. Exhale, arms back down, hips down. Keep your low back curved. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Don't press your low back into the floor. Keep the curve. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And this time we're going to stay up. Inhale, lift. Keep your hips up and then bring your elbows down to the floor. Robot arms create this space of a horseshoe. And then press into the horseshoe in the back of your head and pull your rib cage up. Pull the sternum toward the chin. Then a little glance back behind you to make some space in your neck. And then breathe. Let's hold this for 4 breaths. Smooth, even, gentle breaths. Notice how the inhale requires your belly to press up toward the ceiling, moves those organs out of the way, and it exhales and everything comes right back in. Just noticing the breath. After your 4th breath, you can grab your block and bringing your hips onto the block. And then slowly bending one knee toward the chest, other knee toward the chest. Make sure you're secure on your block. If not, put your feet down and readjust. Don't go up with your block unsecured. And then lift a leg and the other leg, reaching toward the ceiling. Reach, 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 then relax the legs and let them balance in the joints. Face is soft, everything's soft. Breathing. Is there anything you can relax that you're not using, that you won't collapse without it, but you could soften it possibly? Maybe your face, your jaw, part of your chest, part of your legs. Check in with your arms and hands. And then slowly begin to bend your knees. Just both legs into the chest for a moment. No pressure, no tucking, no anything, just relax. And then let one foot at a time find its way to the floor. If you're on a block, lifting off, relaxing. And then doing a hip release. So taking your feet mat width apart, all the way mat width apart. Heels and middle toes on the edge of your mat. Take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, drop the knees over to the left, arch your back. Take the upper knee a little closer to the floor, breathe. On your next inhale, come up. Exhale, knees to the other side, arch your back. Press the upper knee toward the floor. This is a psoas stretch. This is not a twist. And coming back up. One more time to either side, arch your back. Coming back through the center, arch, stretch, move, and back into the center. Finding your Shavasana. Hands below the heart. Just allowing yourself to breathe. Soft, shallow, uncontrolled breath. Let the universe breathe you. Just let go of the controls. Body reaching to the earth. Let gravity take you. Soft feet and legs. Soft hands and arms. Those are neighborhood fireworks. Someone has a birthday. Soft trunk, soft shoulders, soft head, soft jaw. Letting go. Softly and gently bringing your awareness into the breath. Finding the rise and the fall of your belly or your chest. Letting your eyes roll in the sockets in one direction, then the other. Letting the tongue roam the mouth, the back of the teeth, the roof of the mouth. Swishing it along the front of the teeth. Then opening the mouth wide as if you were yawning. Notice the ears, snap, crackle, pop. Wriggling your nose and then beginning to swim your fingers, twinkle your toes, bringing all 5 senses online. And then slowly consider a nice big overhead stretch. And then gently beginning to bend your knees, putting your feet on the floor. Take your hips off the floor, rock them over to one side, away from me, and then curl up into a ball. Just letting go for a moment in this embryo pose. And then gently begin to press the floor away, spiraling up, spiraling up, spiraling up. Let your head be the last thing that comes up. Finding your comfortable seat. Letting your eyes close gently. And just noticing again the breath. No control, just noticing. And then on your next inhale, letting your eyes flutter open. Today, we're going to continue to work on a little balancing of our body. We've really done a lot of left, right, left, left, right. Ida, Pingala, lunar, solar, strong, soft. Continuing to balance the body. And that practice of nadi shodhana, cleansing the nadis, cleansing our energy channels in our body. So slowly, we're going to exhale the breath all the way out. And we're going to inhale by releasing our belly. And then drawing that same inhale up into the chest. Those who've been with me, it's our yogic breath with one slow, smooth, soft, gentle exhalation. There are many ways to do nadi shodhana, aloma viloma, a little more pressure, but we're going to do Babaji's soft, gentle, meditative way, using our full yogic breath. So exhaling the breath out, inhaling belly, then drawing that same inhale up into the chest. Slight pause at the top, and then exhaling the breath all the way out. Belly spine. So we're going to add our right hand in Vishnu Mudra. Yes, if you're left-handed, you can use your left hand. Placing the thumb on my right nostril, my ring finger on my left nostril. So get your arm comfortable. In this practice, we're going to draw the breath into a horseshoe form. We'll start by closing the right nostril, inhaling left, release and change, exhaling right, inhaling right, and then exhaling left. So I'll call us through a couple of rounds with more control than you might want. And then you can do it on your own at your own pace for a few more breaths, finishing on the round when I tell you the practice is ending. But take the time to finish it. We're not in a hurry. So let's all begin with an exhale. Hand is ready. Exhaling, breath coming all the way out, bottom of the exhale, belly to spine. Closing off the right nostril, inhale belly. Draw that same inhale up into the chest. The top of the inhale, switch fingers, and exhale right. Bottom of the exhale, slight pause. Inhale right, same side. Belly and then chest. Top of the inhale, slight pause, switch fingers, and exhale left. The bottom, a slight pause, inhale left. At the top, a slight pause to switch fingers, exhale right. Slight pause, inhale right. Pause at the top to switch fingers, exhale left. That completes that round, continuing at your own pace over the next 3 minutes. Count how many you do. Keep the breath smooth and even. If you can take your mind off of the method, go to your third eye, letting the focus be there. Otherwise, just stay focused on the technique. The next time you take an exhale out of your left nostril, completing the practice, take your time, and then resting and noticing the effects in the body, in the mind, in the breath. Moving right into our meditation. Our meditation this morning is on the two sides of the body. Eyes closed or a soft gaze. Bringing your awareness to the spine. And then drawing a line and supporting your imagination in dividing the body in half. The left side, your lunar side, a white light filling the left side. From the tips of your left toes up through your left foot and leg, hip, trunk, torso, shoulders, left arm, fingers, left neck and side of the face and head. White light. Taking our focus to the other side, Pingala, solar, red light, red light, red light. Tips of the right toes, the feet, the foot, the right leg, the knee, the thigh, the right hip, waist, trunk, right fingers, arm, shoulders, neck, right side of the head, red. And then with your next exhale, letting these two colors come together into a pink throughout the whole body. Pink. White and red begin to mix and metal. Whispers of both colors until there is no color except pink. Blending body, mind, breath. The whole body is balanced. Pink light everywhere. Feel the heaviness of your seat, the lightness of your spine, the body vibrating pink light. And then on your next exhale, begin to let the pink light seep out of the body and into the earth below you. Just imagining it beginning to disappear into a cloud of light below you. Knowing that you have the strength of the moon, the softness of the moon, the strength of the sun, the brightness of the sun. Call on them when you need them throughout your day. Bringing our hands into the heart, Anjali Mudra. Any merit we may have earned this morning in our practice, we lift it up to the welfare of all sentient beings. Remember your intention, repeat it 3 times. And then thinking of something or someone to offer up your practice. Usually the first thing that popped into your mind. And then letting it slip out of the mind, into the heart, out of the heart, into the hands, and symbolically lift it up and just let go, let go, let go. Bringing the hands back into the Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste. Okay, I'm coming to you. Okay, going to gallery view so I can see you all. Great. So nice to have you. Okay, there's a chat. Hold on. Oh, you're so good. Thank you. Carol, I don't know where you are in the forest or in the whatever, but whatever your background is, was like a strobe light. And it was so hard for me to keep looking at the screen with the flashes that were behind you. I don't know if you're in a place where it literally was lightning, but it was really a challenge. So I can tell you're outside. I see some trees and some volcanoes and some things, but it was really, it strobed all the way through. It was really hard. But I couldn't leave and come and get you off my screen for a minute. So remind me tomorrow if you're there to go off of that first, because you came in early enough, you were on my first screen. Remind me to go, because it's a great place for you and a terrible place for me. It was literally like, whoa. Hi, everybody. How was that for helping you balance? Patty, hi, Jean. Hi, everyone. So nice to have you. Hi, Tony. Hi, Tina. Hi, Hope. I'll see you in a little while. Yeah. Yes, everybody, it's so nice to practice with everyone from the peace and quiet of our home. And you can turn your screen off and just, I can't see you and you can't see me, and we're all just having a great time. Good, excellent. Catherine's saying she feels more balanced, left and right, right, left. That was kind of my goal for the day. Was we sometimes get hung in one side or the other. We can get hung in our lunar side, which is sweet and soft and gentle and kind. And sometimes we just need some Pingala side. We just need to get out there, as Babaji would say, face, fight, finish, right? And then other times, we really need to get out of that face, fight, finish and come back into our lunar side, you know. And so it's just remembering that we have that dichotomy in ourselves. We all have a strong side. We all have a weaker side. Physiologically, you know, we have a side that's weaker than the other. The side that you always hurt, that's your strong side. Thanks, Martha. It was very balancing for Martha too, and Nayana said that as well. We do have a really strong side, and that's the side that we always grab with. So you always think, oh, I've hurt my weak side, but no, you hurt your strong side. Okay, let me open this up. Hold on, get the chat a little bit bigger. Tina is asking, could I please repeat and translate what I say after meditation? Okay. I say, Hari Om Tat Sat. And that Hari, Hari, Hari Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hari means praise, right? So Om, everything in the universe, Tat, that which is true, Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. So my friend Subdeep and I decided what it really means in today's language is true dat. Everything is, it's all good, right? It's a way of saying the truth. Take that truth with you into your day. Just know that this is true. Yeah, great. Any questions, any comments? I have my books beside me again too, because I wanted to make sure that everybody knows the books that I often refer to. This is our book from Baba Hari Das, It is in English, but this is my Spanish version, with one of the few that actually exist. So it's called the Ashtanga Yoga Primer. So those of you who don't have that, it's like the best little $10, $12, $20 book you'll ever have. It's probably like 12, I don't know what it is, but it shouldn't be more than $10 or $12. If it is, don't buy it on somebody's trying to sell an old one or something, a first edition. The other book that I'm always referring to are the Sutras of Patanjali, and this is Babaji's study book. There's 4 sutras, 4 books, but they all fit in a little tiny book. But this is the study book for book 1. In our sutra class down here in Guatemala, which we have monthly in English, we're in book 3. So the green book is where we are, if anybody wanted to join us for the sutra class. The practices that we do, where Babaji told us, we teach Ashtanga Yoga. We teach Ashtanga. Asht means 8. Tanga, Anga means limbs. 8 limbs of yoga. So when I teach, I try to teach yam and niyam, being kind to yourself and working with society and being truthful and honest and doing a little self-study, and if nothing else works, just give it up to God. So working with the yam and the niyam, and then asana with the postures that we do, pranayam, the breathing we do, pratyahar, when we're trying to bring in our focus and remove our senses from the practice, and then dharana, which is concentration. Dhyan and samadhi, that's true meditation and merging with consciousness. That is kind of up to you. I can't teach you that. That's your good luck or good fortune. I can teach you methods that are the dharana methods and the concentration methods. And then hopefully you will have a wonderful meditative experience. The book that all the practices that we do come from this. This is the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. I don't see if you can see it. Let me take that little thing off. A Hatha Yoga Pradipika, because this is the book that has the poses, the breathing practices, the mudras, the bandhas. It has all of the practical things that we actually do with our bodies. So this is the Hatha, sun, moon, Hatha Yoga Pradipika. And then for those of you that are just curious and you want to know more, the Garan Samhita, which has a listing of 32 poses, and then the Hatha Ratnavali, which has a listing of all 82 poses. But the poses, the names don't necessarily make sense. They don't necessarily coordinate with what we call them today, because each teacher in his or her place, usually his, but some hers, they created a name. If it looked like, Babaji calls it mountain, okay, so we call it mountain pose. Other people call it downward facing dog. We call extended cobra, Uttita Bhujangasana. And some people call it upward facing dog, right? It doesn't matter what you call it, it's still the same pose. A teacher in the south of India versus the north of India, but like saying somebody in Canada and somebody in Texas have 2 names for the same thing. Oh, really? So don't get caught on a name. Everybody has different names for different things, okay? Thank you, Janine. Thank you so much for coming today. Any questions? Any questions about the meditation, about the pranayama, about our nadi shodhana? Any questions about the yogic breath? Anything at all? Oh, there's a kitty at Dana's house. Look, it's her little white face, pink nose, gray cat. Ah, what a beauty. Antonia can also, she has a charming one-eyed yellow cat who's tough competition. My cats are out of the house because when I'm doing and I'm teaching, they try to come over on the mat and be here. So all the doors are closed, the cats are out. I have 3 beautiful cats, but they're not here. There's my little one-eyed boy. Look at that little tousler.
He sat in my lap for the first 10 minutes and he's never that nice. So it was very nice. It was very
That's fabulous. Okay, anybody else about anything? Good, I hope everybody had a very balancing practice. That was my That was my goal. I was feeling very unbalanced by yesterday afternoon, just mentally, physically, just so much news and so much bad news and right? So thank God I have you guys. Thank God we can all come together and just share these practices and be around each other and give each other hope and sustenance and joy. I feel joy when I see you, and it makes me have a bright spot in my day. So I really, really appreciate it. Okay, if there's no questions, I'm going to go. So lovely to see you. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. It is a Friday.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.